Alright, I say that driving age should remain at 16 because age has nothing to do with a person being a good driver. It has to do with practice and responsibility. According to Ted Gregory of the Chicago Tribune, he said, "I've driven with some people who are terrible drivers even though they've been driving for a while. And I've driven with people who haven't been driving very long but are pretty good. Some people are ready and some people aren't." Age doesn't have anything to do with how good of a driver you are. It has to do with your responsibility levels, if you actually listen to the rules of the road, and you can be a new driver and do that, you can be an old driver and not do that. A problem with changing it to 18 is that there are actually a lot of issues. Most common one is that a lot of 16-year-olds actually do need to drive. A lot of children, 16-year-old minors, drive themselves to and from school every day, and it would be just a really big inconvenience for their parents to do that. Sometimes, both parents work, or they're just busy, or they just, they don't have the time to be driving a kid back to and from school every day. Which could cause the parents to lose work, and currently, parents can choose to let their 16-year-old get a license or to make them wait. It would not be feasible to take that choice away from parents. Parents can tell if their child is responsible enough at 16 to be able to get behind the wheel of the vehicle. Like my opponent said, that not every student needs a driver's license because they have the option to ride the bus or drive a bike. But that is not actually really convenient for a lot of minors nowadays because a lot of people live far away from the places that they need to be, so they would have to drive the bus, ride buses, like switch several buses, and that would just take way too long. Some other disadvantages, like my partner said, that there are 844,800 minors out there that are driving currently. So an obvious direct disadvantage of changing the driving age to 18 is that all of those children would no longer be able to drive, and that would just be a huge inconvenience. Oftentimes teenagers go on dates, they go on school dances, they're involved in sports, so they have to go to practice or they have a big game coming up, and it's really not convenient to have their parents drive them to all these different events. A.J. Rocks of the Standard Examiner said, "If we raise the driving age, who is going to take the children to dates, dances, or other school activities? The majority of parents have to take their school to these activities, and they don't have the time to chauffeur their kids around." And along with that, a lot of teenagers nowadays actually have jobs themselves, so they can't rely on their parents to take them to their jobs and to their school and all this different stuff. According to Allison Lind of CNBC, she said about 25% of minors are currently working. So that lowers that if we take away their driver's license, a lot of those kids are no longer going to have jobs, which will lower or raise unemployment. Another inconvenience is that they have no way to help their parents. If you have a sick grandparent who needs help, doing yard work, or in case of emergencies and you have to drive someone to the hospital or something, they won't have a license and they won't be able to do that. According to Larry Lee of the Loyal, however, imposing a ban on drivers under 18 is unfair. Depriving responsible students who need to help out with daily chores, drive themselves to school, and take care of their grandparents is unjust. Nowadays, insurance companies make a lot of their money off of minors. Like I was saying earlier about the 844,800 minors who are currently driving, they are all insured. And if we were to raise the driving age to 18, the insurance companies would lose 2 years right away of that income. And according to Susan Latica of Fox News, a study done for Nationwide in 2010 of almost 1,500 parents of teens between the ages of 15 and 19 found auto insurance costs soared an average of $800 a year just by adding a teenager to their policy. So $800 a year per child for 2 years, that is a total of $1,350,000,000 that these insurance companies would be losing by raising the driving age to 18. Also, raising the driving age to 18 is taking away the option for parents, their decision to choose whether they want their children to be driving or not. This is unfair, there's a lot of extenuating circumstances where parents just really need for their child to be driving. Sometimes 16 is like, wow, I can't wait till my kid can do that. And by raising it to 18, that just totally eliminates the option to do that. So I hope I was able to show how it's going to be extremely inconvenient, and there's a lot of negative impacts to raising the driving age to 18.